In this video, we're going to go over an observation that I've made just about from my experience cleaning gutters. So obviously, most of the gutters should be installed very much so exactly flat, like almost exactly at like a 0-degree angle, so that the water can ultimately go from the roof, lands on the roof, it drains into the gutter guides it to towards the downspout, wherever the downspouts might be positioned relative to that gutter. There's a couple factors that I've noticed that may influence how the gutter can drain properly towards the downspout or away from the downspout. Okay, so over time, homes, especially after several years, decades, etc., they're going to settle right slightly, and depending on how it settles, you know, it's not going to be as dramatic as my hand, right? But you can imagine that a slight angle this way or a slight angle that way, how the home settles, it's going to impact how the water drains, right? If it settles this way, the water is going to drain in this direction. If the gutter or the home settles this way, it's going to drain in that direction, right? So the angle in which the home settles is going to impact how that water drains to a downspout or away from a downspout, especially relative to how it's positioned, right? So if it's angled one way, but the downspout's positioned on the other side, then the water is just going to be sitting on this side. Imagine there's no downspout, but there's a downspout over here. The water's just going to be sitting here because there's no downspout in this position, but there is one over here. So the water's just going to be sitting on the side away from the downspout. Okay, or imagine the opposite. If it's pointing towards the downspout, then it's going to successfully drain. So how the home settles is going to be a factor that may influence how that water takes away, how that home, the gutter system takes away water from that home, the property. The second factor being these homes aren't built perfectly either. So dependent on how it settles, or the combination of maybe like this home was installed the gutter was installed with a very, very slight angle. So of course it's going to be dependent on the quality of the workmanship and like the home construction. So those are the two biggest factors that I've seen influence how the water settles, either away from a downspout or towards a downspout, is how the home settles over time, or potentially how the home was constructed. Was it constructed perfectly? I can almost guarantee you it probably wasn't. And there's probably some imperfections that influence these things.